Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. Today we're in LA and I don't really have any plans for my photos. Like usually I would plan a photo and go out and do it, but because I've been so busy traveling, I just haven't had enough time to just sit down and plan a shot. So what I do know is though, we're heading over to Santa Monica Pier and there's a Ferris wheel, there's some cool rides over there and the sun's just about to set. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's going to be much of a sunset, so I think if we just wait till it gets a bit darker, we'll wait for the Ferris wheel to light up and all those lights. I think the shot that I want to get is if we go all the way down to the sort of shore where all the water comes up onto the beach, we'll be able to get a nice reflection shot of all those lights. So we can do that, but we just have to wait for it to get a bit darker first. They're like these gymnastic things, or I don't know exactly what they are, but pretty much they're these circular metal things, and the Ferris wheel's over there to the right. So if I compose the shot so that the Ferris wheel is inside of those things, it makes for a really cool shot. What's your name?
Tristan.
Tristan, I'm Liam.
What's up, man? I'm Mike.
Mike.
Nice to meet you.
So you got like fairy lights and wrapped it around?
Yeah, and then I had to put this, I had to like stick this in so it'll stay up there.
Oh, okay.
So,
oh yeah.
I'm just kind of waiting until it's a little darker.
You reckon I could try it out?
Go for it, dude.
That was awesome. See, that's the cool thing about photography. You see someone who's got a camera and it's pretty easy to go up to them and just say, hey, like, what are you doing? And it's pretty easy to have a conversation with them because you both like photography. How's the shot from here, from this low
really
angle?
Good, like,
oh damn, that's so sharp.
Really depth shots.
Nice. Because we're on the beach, I just do not want to risk getting sand in my sensor because that's just like, that's unfixable. So I'll be using Mike's 85mm for this shot. It'll still be good though because we'll be able to get that nice bokeh or bokeh or whatever you want to say, you know exactly what I mean. For this shot, I want to get as close as I can to the water, but I obviously don't want to get wet at the same time because I don't want to get my shoes wet or Mike's camera who's filming right now. I don't want to get your camera wet. Tide's coming in very fast, so I'm gonna have to get this shot pretty quickly.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. It's like got that nice, really crisp focus. That's exactly what I wanted. Tonight's shoot was a little bit different from what I usually do. Usually I've got an idea of the photo that I want to get and we'll go out and do it. But as a part of being a creative, it's really important to just be able to go out and shoot even if you have no idea what you're actually going to do. When we first got to the pier, there was those little circular things, like those gymnastic things. And I got this photo here, which it's all right. We've got like the sort of gradient of the sunset. There weren't many clouds or anything, but it was still a bit bright and I would have liked it to be a bit darker so that we could see more of the Ferris wheel rather than the sunlight behind it. And then we bumped into that guy who had wrapped the fairy lights around it. And then I got this photo here, which is like 10 times better. The reason why we have all those out of focus balls of lights, and it's called bokeh, and I know you're gonna probably think it's called something else, but I call it bokeh, so we're gonna call it bokeh. What do you call it?
I call it bokeh. I
Bokeh.
used to call it bokeh.
You used to call it bokeh.
Now I call it bokeh because of you guys.
Yeah, exactly. It's called bokeh. The reason you get that is when you have a shallow depth of field, and we're using the 85mm Sigma Art lens, and that lens goes all the way down to 1.4, meaning that you get that really nice difference between the foreground and the background. Yeah, everyone's device. Oh, it's so hard trying to film this outro. I've got everyone working around me and all their devices are making noises. I would have liked this photo. Shut up! Shut up. Hayden is just sitting down here. He's just giving me all these weird faces, like going like, ooh. You weren't even at the shoot. You were with a girl. You ditched us, so you don't get to have a say in this. So we moved on to the next shot and we started getting some photos of where the shore was. So getting the waves coming in and trying to get some nice reflections of the sunlight and off the Ferris wheel. So the first photo I got here is of the bubbles, and there's that really nice shallow depth of field with the 85mm. And then the second last photo here, I knew that I wanted to get the reflection of the lights of the Ferris wheel. Obviously, because it's very shallow depth of field, we don't get to see a lot of the reflection in focus. Half of it's out of focus. Also, because the tide was coming in, there wasn't really much opportunity for me to get the water reflection, because as soon as it would come in, it'd just rapidly go out and there's just heaps of waves, and I was wearing shoes. So if I was to do it next time, I'd probably take my shoes off and I'd probably wait for like another time when, you know, there was more water and more of a reflection. I'm pretty happy with those 3 shots for not planning any photos at all. It's just good to go out and shoot. After we finished taking the photos, we started walking back and I saw this light coming down the beach. I was like, what is that? I'm like, go take a photo of that. That looks awesome. And Mike ended up getting this photo here and it's just awesome. It's super cinematic. But yeah, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, remember to leave a like. Help me out by hitting subscribe. It's up to you. You know what to do.
Hey, steal my outro.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal it because you were annoying me before. And as always, stay inspired, keep creating, and I will see you in the next one.